Hey everybody, I'm Steph.
I'm Michael.
And today we have our top 10 games that we learned in August 2024.
That's right. So we moved this year,
Yes.
and our numbers have been way down. At least our numbers as compared to what we normally have.
Yeah.
Um, but
Catching up.
we're catching up. We're definitely catching up.
Catching up. And it helped to have Gen Con this month.
Yes.
So now we have a ton of new games that we were able to check out. And we still have a ton more. So I anticipate the next several months being very busy for us.
And how many games did you get played that were new to you last month?
I played 68 new games.
And this is one of the few months that I'm going to beat you on new games.
Yes.
A lot of it is because I played games that you had already played.
Yeah, so there are several on your list that I've previously played, or like old versions getting upped and new editions, basically.
Right.
So
that are not new to you, that are new to me.
Exactly.
But I had 70 new games
awesome.
last month.
That's a lot.
Yeah. And people ask, how do you do it?
Well, we just play.
You just put the game on the table and play.
Gotta play them.
Read the rules, play them.
I'll say it was a very solid month of gaming.
This was one of the best, I gotta say.
A few nerds, but ultimately a lot of like good games that I'd be willing to play a lot.
Normally after Gen Con, it's just a bunch of games that, like, whatever, I don't care about. But there were some really, really good ones. A lot of them, a lot of games right in the middle, games that have that, yeah, this does the same mechanics as this other game. Do I really need, does it elevate in my mind? And some of them do, some of them don't. But these, I think, are the best 10, in my opinion.
Yeah, there's a lot of good ones.
So, before we get started, let me say that all of these games, except one, have been provided by the publisher, and we're probably going to get that game from the publisher once it is that game is not even in anyone's hands as far as we know.
It was just a preview of it that we got at Gen Con that I really liked.
Yeah. And I sort of watched it being played, but I did not play it myself. Anyway, all but one were provided to us by the publisher, but they didn't give it to us in exchange for this video. They give it to us because they know we like to play all the games. You probably want to scoot over just a little bit to center yourself in the screen so that we can share everything with you, starting with my number 10.
Games.
See, Heroic knows.
Yes.
My number 10 game comes with a little bit of an asterisk, and I'll tell you why. It is Pagan, Fate of Roanoke from Wormgold. It's not really a hidden role game. It's where I am a role trying to hide from you amongst all of the villagers, right?
Yep.
Or I'm the hunter trying to find you who is hidden, one or the other. Asymmetry, love asymmetry. And you're going to take on different actions to try to get your side to win one way or the other. The witch has to cast the ritual. The hunter's got to capture the witch. Find and capture the witch. And over my 2 playthroughs, I really enjoy the mechanics of the game. The one asterisk I have is that sometimes it's difficult to put the clues or the secrets on my side and the clues on your side. It's difficult to put the clues on the one you want because you have to take the action that's associated with that villager. And whenever putting clues on, say, a red villager or a green villager or a blue villager, it's the same sort of action for each one. If I'm not mistaken, the ones that put clues on the blue ones are all draw abilities. Well, if you've got draw abilities, drawing more cards isn't really going to help you out much. So I think that in my mind, this game is screaming for an expansion. The reason it made my top 10 is because I know there are expansions available. to get a little bit of variation in these villagers. And I think that that's what this game really needs. So, with all that being said, I think that putting in these expansions will make it be the game I want it to be. So, uh, did not make your list.
No,
You did enjoy it.
it was a solid game that I would definitely play again. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, I played almost 70 games. Not every game can make the top 10. So,
Of course, yeah. I mean, it's like,
yeah,
top 1/7 of the games that you played.
it would make the top 20.
That's good. That's
So,
good.
there's that.
So, if you enjoy games like that, you should check out our playthrough, our teach and playthrough of Pagan Fate of Roanoke from Wormgold.
Yeah. Well, and Capstone Games.
And Capstone
Who
Games.
provided it to us. So,
Oh, I have it because I wrote it on here as Wormgold and Capstone.
Perfect. All right, my number 10 is Big 2.
Big 2.
From Plate. This is a trick-taking game where you're trying to get rid of your cards.
To be fair, it was done a long time ago.
No, this is
Plate's
version.
Publication of it. Yes.
Yeah. And so I don't think it's really doing anything all that special as far as like trick taking goes. I mean, so it's not partnership, but I think there were rules for partnership games.
I don't remember.
Yeah, we played a lot of games.
The reason you like it is because it's Teach You Like.
It's very much like it has similarities to Teach You, and they also provided 3 extra special cards.
Is it 3 or 5? 3?
3 to help play
special card
games.
And it just so happened to be maybe a dragon and a phoenix and a dog.
But I mean, so I think as far as like trick taking games go, I really enjoyed it. It's a climbing game, so you're trying to, play your sets and overplay other people and go out first. So it's an older game, like you said, but they brought it in to production and they have great colors and it's a nice game. I like it. We had fun playing it. So
yep, I agree. It was my first time playing Big 2. I was hoping that it was a game that I had played that was taught to me by a bunch of Chinese guys on a riverboat. Kid you not. And it was not that. I'm still looking for what that game is.
Thought for sure.
I thought for sure maybe it was it. Nope, it was not it. Still looking for that game, but Big 2 it just missed my list.
Nice.
So that's Big 2 from Plate.
All right.
My number 9 is Holotype Mesozoic North America from Brexworks. So with Holotype, this game initially had some issues at 2 players, and that Brexworks fixed it with a little add-on expansion, and then maintained those fixes in the Mesozoic Europe expansion. So, if you enjoy resource collection, card manipulation, worker placement, you're going to enjoy Holotype, Mesozoic North America, and dinosaurs.
Well, yeah.
Because that's the catch for you is that dinosaurs doesn't do anything for me. It's the mechanics of the game that does it.
Dinosaurs.
You love dinosaurs.
Well, yeah.
And you don't like theme.
No.
But you love the dinosaurs.
Of course.
So, with this game, you've got victory conditions that you're going for. Everybody loves going for the victory conditions that you have to try to claim first. And I hate it when you snipe away the one that I'm going for because you can use other people's research when going after these bonuses. So you really have to time your actions carefully. Anyway, whole lot of fun, and it just missed your list. Barely missed your list.
Yeah.
So, what do you have to say about Holotype?
Interesting.
That I left out.
I don't know. Interesting card play. It's simple, I would say. Like it feels
It's light.
it feels streamlined. It doesn't feel like there's like too much. So I think they did a good job.
Yep. One side is where you chuck dice and collect resources.
Mm-hmm.
There's another action that lets you gain specific resources, so you're not just uh, going blindly and digging up what resources that you find. You can actually get them from the museum. One action lets you um, take cards. One action lets you publish your research. So it's really simple how they have
Yeah,
all
it
of
makes
and clear. It's super clear.
yeah.
So certainly worth checking out. If that sounds like something that you would be up for, be sure to check out our teach and playthrough. That's Holotype Mesozoic North America from Brexworks.
Nice. Yep.
You're number 9.
My number 9 is Sears catalog.
And that's not Sears.
No,
Seers. And why is it Sears catalog?
because it's the werewolf.
Yeah.
It's from Bezier,
Right.
and so they do all the like Ultimate Werewolf and
And who is the first character to die if the werewolves find out that role? The seer, right?
okay, so this is their catalog.
This is the Sears
protection.
catalog of how to stay hidden from the werewolves.
That's cute, yeah.
It's really funny.
Yeah, all the cards have like different item on it. So yeah.
Werewolf repellent
Yeah,
or
the theme is
invisibility cloak.
it's like super clever. All the little text on it, so you'll have a fun time reading through all that.
But really, it's just flavor text for what is just a trick taking card game.
Yeah, like I said, we played a lot of trick taking games. This was definitely among the best. Because you are trying to get rid of your cards, but also not. You get to a point in your hand of cards that you do not want to go out first, because if you go out first,
You're out of protection.
you get no points. I mean, you're not
You know
getting...
why? The werewolves get you because
Yes,
you got no protection.
that's right. And so everybody else who has 6 cards or less, or under 6
Yes.
cards, um, will get to possibly score points. So you want to be remaining with a single high card, because whatever cards you have left over, the lowest one will score.
Lowest one scores.
Once somebody else goes out. So you got to get rid of your 2s and and you want to be left with like a 10.
So you score your lowest card. You lose 1 point per card.
Yes.
Including the one you score.
Yes.
If you have, I think, 6 or over 6, one or the other, you just lose points. And if you have 0, then you lose points. No, I think you have 0, you just get 0.
0, unless you have like a special card, like if you take the -2 card or whatever. But
EGG calls this an almost shedding game because you almost want to shed your cards.
That's probably true, yeah. But it's really interesting dynamic that you have with your hand of cards, because you won't need to get rid of them. But once you go under 6 cards, you get to start scoring, but you also have to play if you can play. Therefore, if somebody plays a 12, you can't hold on to that 13. You have to play it.
You are forced to play it.
So yeah, it's definitely a tricky...
Oh, there's actually something worse.
What?
In this.
What?
If someone plays a pair of cards and a pair is going to break up your set of something, you have to play the pair. If you are under 6 cards, you are in what's called you're in bonus, and you may not pass.
If you can play,
you can play, you must play.
Yes.
Including if you're trying to save your single 13. No. You got to play it.
So it has a really good twist to playing your cards.
Because you're not forced to play until you're in bonus.
Yes.
You can't score unless you're in bonus.
And you have 2 meld cards that you can possibly work in some cool magic with.
And some wild cards and stuff. But here's the thing, those wild cards, they count in the if you can play, you must play rule.
Right.
So that's also
with them at the end, then it makes your whole hand 0 points.
No. If you're stuck with them, then it's worse. It's much more negative. I can't remember how much,
I
but
thought it was just made them zeros,
mm,
and then you still lose 1 point per
yeah,
card. But
that's correct because it is your lowest
which
card.
is 0.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but I think it might be. I think it might also be other minus points. Anyway, you don't want to hold on to those cards.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
What
really
he said,
good.
force Trump following, basically. Yep.
It's really fun. So if you are into card games, I would definitely recommend checking it out.
I agree. That's Sears Catalog from Busy Games.
Yep.
My number 8. Who doesn't like a lighthearted game with cats? Scott Ferrier, this one's for you. Kyoto no Neko
That's right.
from Matago.
Yeah.
In this game, you are a cat in Kyoto, and you are going around trying to do all of the goals of a cat, shall we say? You are in the base game. You are trying to climb a cherry tree, a cherry blossom tree. You are trying to cross the road without getting hit by grandma and grandpa who is riding the bike around the road. You are trying to uh,
Kill a bug.
hunt a bug. You're trying to
A butterfly.
catch a butterfly. No, befriend a butterfly.
Yeah. Keep him as a pet.
Keep him as a friend, a friendly pet. Uh, and beat up an enemy kitten. um, your cats are going to gain skills along the way. If you're going to do a challenge, you're going to roll against whatever of your 4 skills that you're going to go against. So if you're trying to climb up a cherry blossom tree, you're going to have to test your agility. If you pass, cool. You get the benefit of the trophy that you went up the cherry blossom tree. You get to look at 3 of the tokens on the board without showing them to anyone else. Um, but that's about it. If you fail, you don't get all of those things, but you do learn from the experience because how do we learn? We learn by failure, right? So if you fail, you get an agility. Or if you critically fail, you might think that that is super bad. In Kyoto no Neko, it is really good because you failed so badly, you really learn from the experience and you go up by 2 points instead of just one. It's super cute. If you get beat up or scared by the neighbor dog, then you have to run back to your home. If you get beat up by the neighbor's cat, then you run back home. Um, it's super cute how
Yeah.
they have it work. It's super lighthearted fun. There's can be a little bit of take that, but I don't think Steph that you don't usually like take that. It doesn't bother you much, does it?
Not in this. This feels more of like a race, which
Mm-hmm.
is the basically the reason why I didn't make my list because you are racing to get so many like medals.
5 trophies,
So
which are little bells, little cat bells.
I prefer scoring points for doing
Mm.
things. So that would have been a preferable method of winning the game.
Mm-hmm.
But ultimately, I liked what the game is doing. It's super pretty and super cute. So I did like it.
Well,
Yeah.
the cool thing is that is just the normal game. There's also like
The campaign mode.
the 6, 7, or 8
The
scenarios in there
scenarios you could
where you're
play.
going to put different victory conditions in there and
Yeah.
different token sets in there. We've never played those, so even more goodness to come.
Yeah.
So, and that helped boost it to my number 8 position in my list, Kyoto no Neko from Matago.
Nice. My number 8 is Babylon from Geek Attitude Games. Now we don't have a copy of this, but
This one is the one.
this is the one we got a preview of at Gen Con, and it really really wowed me. It's a game that I'm very excited to have because it's a tile drafting game where you'll gather resources with the tile you collect.
A nice thinky puzzle too.
Yeah. And you're going to be placing these tiles in your tableau, in your personal board, where you're actually building layers like the Babylon. You have the layers of all the gardens and everything. And that you're making this beautiful, like, tower of emerald.
Literally 3D.
I mean, it's literally 3D. And so it's puzzly because you want to make sure you do everything that you can to get the most points you can, but you also want to build higher. The higher you build, but you're covering up points, but you'll get more points. And so you're trying to focus on what can you keep on your board and what should you cover and the different ways of scoring everything. And so that's the way my mind likes to think. So it clicks with me. I like trying to figure out this puzzle. Um yeah, sure, there's a lot of tile laying, like city building type games out there, but I think this one is really special. I think it'll be a big hit once it does get fully released. So I'm excited for it.
Yeah, this one was not ready for Gen Con release, and
No.
that's why we don't have a copy of it.
No.
However, it does look super attractive,
Oh yeah.
and super
Super.
thinky in that you have to place the tiles in such a way that you could potentially make a bridge across a chasm, and then maybe put another set of tiles above the ones that you built and maybe build a staircase up to the next level.
Yeah.
And do you put columns on top of your existing tile and cover up whatever symbols were there in order to get one that's even higher up that's going to score you more points that maybe you can even get higher? It's got a lot of really cool, interesting thinking
Yeah.
mechanics.
Definitely up my alley, so I'm very excited.
And that's Babylon from Geek Attitude Games.
Yeah.
My number 7, we've already talked about it. It's Sears catalog from Bezier.
Whoa.
Super fun. I love Ultimate Werewolf and One Night Ultimate Werewolf and the whole line of that from Bezier. And I like how they put that theme in this.
Yeah, it's fun.
It didn't have to have that theme, but it goes quite well
Yeah, it was like
right in there.
Michael Jackson's coat, have a dance off with the werewolf and you win or something. Like it protects
That
you or
and
something.
and it and it's weird because it's not a red jacket, but it's clearly Michael Jackson's jacket because it's that card suit's color is what color that jacket
It's a
is.
suit of red, so
Right.
otherwise it would have been red.
So my number 7 Sears catalog from Bezier Games.
Good pick. My number 7 is Spectacular. No, it's not just Spectacular, it's the name of the game. Some people are asking me, like, what's the name of this game? And I had Spectacular right there. I'm like, it's
Yeah, but what is
Spectacular.
it? It's spectacular. Yeah, but what is it?
Yeah, exactly.
Who's on first? Chili Fox Games.
Yes, this is a game that will play up to 6, I believe, where you're drafting tiles from your personal board and from the little board in front of you, and the little board in front of you is going to pass to the next person. So those things are going to keep going around the table. So if you don't take it now, you're going to lose out possibly. I mean, it might come back to you, but you can't guarantee that what you want from that board is going to come back to you. And so you're building up your little zoo of these tiles and dice.
You're drafting from yourself and from the board that rotates. So you have one component that you know you'll have, one component that you hope you'll have when it comes around.
Exactly. So you're always drafting 2, and you're gonna do 2 rounds. So the board will empty, and then you're gonna fill up the board again with possibly more dice, depending on how many players. And so you're not, and then you're gonna use all of your.
You're going to use all of your stuff, but not all the stuff on the middle.
Yeah.
Middle stuff.
Ultimately, you're trying
to dice.
Yeah, you're trying to get connected land types that are the same. With you get to score points based on the dice that are there. If you have a heart, which is a breeding animal, and if you have multiple breeding animals, then you get multiples, so times 2 of your dice or whatever. And then you're also looking to get watchtowers, which are tiles that have little, like a circular shape on it. And if you can get 3 of those tiles together of the same color, you get a watchtower. Those will score pips on the dice below too.
If they're all full.
Yeah, so it's all about managing the dice, the values. You can't really change your stuff, so you need to try and plan for your dice that you have, and your tiles that you're gonna have. So it's a actually very quick game. It's usually like 20 to 30 minutes in our experience. And yeah, you have a lot of good choices in that 30-minute time span. It's not like, you know, sushi go. This is like you're making real choices on how you're drafting, and so you're. For me, it's a crunchy filler game, like I would say. So I think it will be. Well, I think a lot of people will really like this. Now I know playing it with two people, it was not as good. I did get to play it with three players, and I liked it. I enjoyed it a lot more.
Right. And that's
So
what I did. It barely missed my list. Had I played it three players like you did,
yeah.
it might have crept up into the lower part of my top 10 as well.
Yeah, and so I think with even more players, you'll see even more animals and more dice types. So I think it will benefit from a higher player count. Though with three players, it did significantly improve my experience. So
There's more tiles rotating around,
yeah,
more tiles and dice.
which makes me think like, okay, if it's a two-player game, if it's primarily going to be a two-player game, I'll have to make some house rules on how to get a third board in there, circulating around, or how to change up something, because with two players you don't really see enough animals. You don't really get. I could. There's a really. It'd be much more cutthroat because I'm like, oh, Michael needs that. I'm just gonna take
Well, here's the thing. Here's the thing with two players.
it.
I know that the board that she has is coming back to me, and everything is supposed to be done simultaneously when you're taking an element from the draft board and an element from your board. With two players, you can sort of bend the rules and be peeking over. Did she take the yellow die that I need? If she
Yeah, if
did,
she did,
then I'm going to have to take the yellow die from this one because I'm not going to have another chance. Because there is no turn order, and so that can be exploited a little bit.
yeah.
You could do that with three or four players as well, but yeah, and it's supposed to drive the game along, and it does, which is good, which
Yeah.
is why it plays higher player counts and does not sacrifice the crunchy goodness. However, I wish that there was some way that the choices were hidden from one another. I don't want to know what yours is because I know it'll affect my decision consciously or
Put a
subconsciously.
wall up between us.
That's all. So if you would enjoy a game like this, be sure to check out our teach and playthrough
Yeah.
that we did on stream.
Yeah.
That's Spectacular, and the name of the game is Spectacular
Spectacular.
from Chili Fox Games.
That's right. All right. So hey, guess what? We have our first crossover
What?
where we
Had the same
same
game.
ranking at number 6. It comes in with Middle Ages.
It's right around the middle of our rankings.
Yeah,
Amazing.
it's awesome.
This is from Studio H and is a redo of a game called Majesty for the Realm.
Which I've always loved Majesty for the Realm, so I was really excited to see that they took that design and made it better, in my opinion. This game, while it's the same kind of idea where you are building up your little city, instead you're drafting tiles, um, in a kind of King Domino style way, where tiles are
If
going to
you're in the
be
first position, you draft first,
yes,
but you got something probably poorer on that tile than a later tile.
right,
Someone who is drafting later in that round is getting a tile that
of
was
more
not as
value,
that is yeah is of more value, but you have to draft later.
right. So that you put them out like King Domino because you have the 4 tiles or 3 tiles or however many depending on player count, and you line them up with low, middle, and high, and then you flip them over when you put them out. So I like that. It changes up from Majesty for the Realm, because in Majesty for the Realm, cards just come out and you have to use cubes to buy the cards later in the line. And then if you don't, you get the earlier. You just get what's earlier and whatever cubes are on it. So it's a little bit different in that regard. So I would say the game feels very different. Um, so
You've got the bonuses that happen, the little bonus events that happen every 4 rounds.
yeah, it's nice.
And I think in Majesty, if I'm not mistaken, I did go back and read some reviews
Mm.
and saw that people were saying that you just scoot everything up and move another row in, another row in, another row in. This one goes top to bottom, but then it starts filling in from the top again, and so you don't have to constantly move the you don't have to fiddle with the tiles
No, yeah.
in this that you might have had to do in Majesty.
That's true.
And I think that there were no events in Majesty. I'm not certain about that, but
Yeah. The scoring at the end of the game was a little different in Majesty, where if you had a complete set, you would, I believe, you got points if you had all of it. But in Middle Ages, if you're missing a column, you're gonna lose 10 points because it behooves you to actually go and get a ton of one thing and just score it over and over again because you'll get multiples of that.
but you want at least
You want
at least one wide.
if you can, just so you don't lose the extra 10 points per thing you're missing.
Right.
But I've had a lot of discussions with a lot of different people about this game because it is attacky. Um, if you don't have the inn, you're always gonna get hit with two money if somebody's building the inn. You're gonna always have to pay out
The
two
mills.
the mills, yes, or the attacking of the military
If my military is bigger than her
defense
castle walls,
Yes.
than your barracks,
Yes.
then I'm going to attack hers, and she's going to lose one of her buildings.
Yes. So
But there's a way to get those back, so it doesn't feel
building.
as bad.
It doesn't feel as bad, but it still can be with playing with. You could play up to 5 people, so you might never get that defense, right? So
I was reading a review by Andy Matthews from Maple Mountain,
okay,
one of our local guys here, and he said, he was always a big fan of Majesty, and he wanted to see how it compared. He says that this does the job and better.
I think so too.
However, the people who he has played with either love it or hate it. And they hate it because of the randomness of the tiles that come out. I'm fine with that. That's that term that I like to call disaster mitigation. If the thing that you have doesn't come out like you want, find a way to deal with it. I love that. Games.
Well, so the way that they deal with it is you have to put them in order from low to high versus just the random draw of Majesty for the Realm. I mean, there's certain decks, so the decks get better as the game goes on. But
got it.
But you might like if the castle always flips out when it's your turn, and you can always get it,
and you always grab it.
So luck of the draw,
and everyone gets attacked.
Yeah. So I think people will either love it or hate it. That's for sure.
Splitty's talking about Dwarf Romantic, about the randomness of tiles. He's been playing it on PC, and man, it can be brutal, right?
Yeah.
Steph, when Dwarf Romantic, when she downloaded that, and she was up all night, click, 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 all night long, and she's like, I'm so addicted to this.
Yes.
So, yes.
So for me, I really, really enjoy Middle Ages. We will be playing it on stream tonight, so you can look for that video after the fact, after you watch this video on YouTube, because it'll be there.
It'll be there.
But yeah, I think they did a great job. The only thing I really miss are the money tokens, which are poker chips in the Majesty.
That's what I've heard. Now, I can't remember if I've played Majesty for the Realm.
Yeah, you did.
Because I've only been keeping track, like actual track of games since 2021.
We played it at Tennessee Game Days.
Majesty?
Yeah.
But this is still new to you.
This one is new. It's different.
Because it's that much different.
Yeah. This is definitely different.
So, be sure to check out Middle Ages from Studio H.
Yes.
We're on my number 5. We're now past the Middle Ages.
Oh, I love this game.
That's spectacular. But it's not spectacular.
No.
It is Belratti from Cosmos.
I'm finding it.
You're finding Belratti from Cosmos.
I can't find
You can't. There, no, down. Left.
There it is.
Boom.
I found it.
You found it.
Oh, this game's great.
So, well, why is it not on your list? Because you've already played it.
Yes.
And I had not.
Yes.
So this is one of those, and I'm like, oh yeah. At Gen Con, we were given a preview of a lot of games by Cosmos, and this one caught my eye. It is a game where the Belratti is trying to smuggle in works of art into our prestigious museum. So uh, there are one or more people playing as the museum directors and one or more people playing as artists. And you say that you want something that matches one of these two themes. And so all of the painters say, I've got a couple of cards that can work with that. No, I got maybe 3 cards that'll help with that. After the museum directors have said, hey, we want like 5 paintings. And so we submit 5 paintings. Here's the catch: Belratti's going to put in 4 of their own. So then we're going to mix them all up, and the museum directors are going to choose the best 5 and assign them to themes. How many can the Belratti sneak through? The Belratti is so good at this game, it's just random. But I think the deck knows what we're talking about because it is uncanny some of the choices that were made.
Bad luck.
And by bad luck, good luck for the Belratti.
Well,
Anyway, uh, super interesting game. I like that it's not easy to get your paintings past the museum directors
yeah.
and have we it's all co-op except for the Belratti. So super interesting. I'll always want to play this game, and you agree because
That's a lot of fun.
you would have probably rated it up here had it been new to you.
Oh, definitely.
So be sure to check out Belratti from Cosmos. We did play this on stream.
Yep, with Amy.
So be sure to check out our video for that.
Yeah. All right. My number 5 is Sparks.
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 It's the Boston way to say it. That's Sparks.
From Alien Game.
Alien.
Alien.
A lion.
A lion. A lion games. Could be any of those. Look how cute.
Look how cute.
That's it.
That's all you got. Look how cute. And sing.
No, it's really, really fun. It's a dice drafting game, and you're trying to fill your little contracts. I played it the other day at a game night, and they're like, well, I don't know if I like this or Fantastic Factories more.
Oh.
So if you like that, then they are comparable.
They're comparable, yeah.
Yeah, because you are dealing with these contracts, if you will, with dice, and then you're gonna improve your engine with these cards.
Assign this die over here, and this die over here, and this die over here.
You're gonna move up different tracks and unlock cool bonuses. You're gonna get upgrades for your machines for additional bonuses. It's a lot of bonuses. It is the game where you really can't focus on everybody. It's kind of a simultaneous game, but also kind of not. You just have to trust the people you're playing with to do what they're supposed to be doing when they draft dice, because you're always thinking about the dice that you have, and if you get more dice, and so you're not really focused on like what they're doing.
Well, here's my problem. I'll be focused on what I'm doing. She'll be like, "Can you move me on the red track?" And then I move her on the red track, and I'm like,
what am I doing?
What was I just doing? All right, I need to move this over here. And I got to start that train of thought all over again. This one is another one just barely missed my list.
Yeah.
Upper part of the teens,
Yeah.
I would say.
I think it's a pretty quick game, and so another quick game that offers a lot of choices.
I agree.
I think it's well done. I like it.
Very colorful.
Yeah.
We love that.
It's super cute art. It's really cute.
So if you like cute little robots, and
critters.
And critters. Oh yeah, we do. The critters are your favorite. So I can't remember their names off the bat, but the John, the little mouse, I remember him.
Yeah.
But the hedgehog, can't remember his name.
Dexter.
Dexter.
And
so cute.
And the
Chris?
Barnacus.
Barnacus. Barnacus the dog. Anyway, those are the ones that will specialists that will help you get your robots created. So if you enjoy dice manipulation, dice drafting, and creating those to chain your actions, I guess I should say,
Yeah.
then you will probably enjoy Sparks. And if you think you might, go ahead and take a look at our teach and playthrough.
Do it.
Do it. Sparks from Alien.
All right.
My number 4 was also a game that I saw at the Cosmos booth.
I know.
And
Pop in the
um,
month.
this one I thought intrigued me the most because people would ask, "What game did you see at Gen Con that really captured you?" And I was like, this one right here." And I had not even played it at the time. The game takes Texas Hold'em and makes it a co-op game. And I think what that does, it takes away all of the betting and all of the bluffing and that sort of intimidating pressure because betting games can really be intimidating for a lot of people um, because they don't know how to read other people. They don't know how to bluff. They don't know how to read all the different card possibilities, whether they've got a good hand or bad hand. Whoa!
I clicked the wrong thing.
Yes, you did. Um, all right, cut that part. Take two. And I think that this takes all of the stressful parts out of Texas Hold'em and puts it into a co-op game where you're trying to do nothing but rate each other's hands without knowing what's in each other's hands. If you think you have the best hand, you're going to grab the best chip. If you think you have the worst hand, you're going to grab the 1-star chip because you only had yours is at the bottom. Now, someone could take that 1-star chip away from me, or maybe there is a rule in play that you can't take that chip away. And I think that those sort of little tweaks to the rules really do make it a lot of fun. If by the last card you have got all of your card hands rating correctly, yay, you have broken into that vault, and that's how it's co-op.
Yeah, it's amazing.
And if you fail, the alarm goes off, and you failed that one. You got to get 3 wins before you get 3 losses. That is the game by Cosmos.
Yeah, no, it's super fun. I brought it to many different groups and everybody's quite enjoyed it, so check it.
Be sure to check that out.
Yeah.
We did play this one on stream
Yeah,
with Amy, so be sure to check out our video for that.
do it. All right, my number 4 is Loot.
Looot with 3 O's.
I will say the theme and the boxing and the presentation is not all that fantastic.
I mean, that's pretty. Look at that. That's pretty.
It's pretty, but it's not like eye catching, like, oh, I need to play that game right now. However,
Isn't that supposed to be like a Viking ship with the little shields on the side?
yeah, that's Vikings.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, sure. I I love it for the mechanics and the gameplay.
It barely, and this is another upper teens game. This one barely missed my list.
Yeah, this one is great. Someone actually compared it to Calico, which I found interesting. Um, I would say it's a much more flexible kind of Calico because you have your player board that you are trying to put hexes in it in your player board to meet conditions of other tiles. So yes, with that regard, it's like Calico. But what you're doing to get these tiles is moving out on the board, and you have to position yourself to make sure you can get what you need, or Michael might just swoop in and take everything you need because that's the way he is. And so it's a little bit of like, well, game of chicken because I want him to go there so that I can go there.
Especially 2 players, it's super strategic.
Oh yeah, with 2 players. I even played with 3 players, and so you need to be more.
Well, with 3 players, there's a more board.
Yeah, but it's not necessarily.
That's not necessarily a good thing.
Necessarily easy to get what you want that way either, but I think it's really interesting how you have to plan and strategize what you're going to do. And you also, as you're going, you're planning your board. Like, okay, I'm going to have a tree here and an axe over here. And if I can get a scoring tile that connects the two, and then it will increase your point value for certain things. So if you're collecting lots of trees, you want to try and get all the tree bonuses you can to make those trees really valuable.
Oh no, you took the last castle. No.
Well,
That
yeah,
always happens.
that happens because if you don't complete your goals, if you don't complete all the tiles you take that you need to, you'll lose 5 points per tile. So you also don't want that to happen either. So I don't know. I really, this is my jam. I really enjoy trying to puzzling everything out.
I really want to play this with more players.
Yeah, it's great.
Um,
BGA too, so
hey, even better.
maybe we'll do it on Guildies one day.
Well, fortunately, we've played this already as well. We have been super busy creating teaches and playthroughs for y'all.
Yes.
So be sure to check out this game on our YouTube page as well.
Do it.
That's Looot from Gigamic.
Yeah.
My number 3 game. I gotta say, I'm gonna give a little bit of spoiler. This is totally your jam too.
I love it. I love it.
You love it. It is Intent to Kill from Hobby World.
Yes.
In Intent to Kill, one player is the murderer and one player is the investigator. And so the investigator is trying to find out which one of the citizens is the murderer. Meanwhile, these citizens are dropping off like flies. 20 citizens becomes 19 and 18 and 17 as time goes on. So the investigator goes around and asks citizens traits about the murderer. Is the murderer male or female? Is the murderer in the 20s, 40s, or 60s? Is the murderer small, medium, or large build? Is the murderer short, medium, or tall height? But you're asking these as yes and no questions. Here's the catch. If she's asking my character a question, I could lie. If she's asking my person of interest, I can lie. And if she's asking the social group that is on my side, for example, all of the laborers or everyone from law enforcement or everyone from the outcasts, if that is my group and she doesn't know what my group is, then I can lie. Otherwise, I have to tell the truth. So the goal is to manipulate the board in such a way that she has to ask some people that I want her to ask. So, uh, super fun. She has to find out who I am and what my motive is. If she can do that, then she wins the game. You almost caught me.
I did.
You almost caught me.
To make up for it, I caught Jonathan.
You caught Jonathan for sure. Well, you had a lot of practice. You have not been the murderer yet,
Nope.
but
Hopefully soon.
hopefully soon.
Catch me.
I might not catch you.
You won't. It's very difficult to be the coppers. It's very hard. It's so fun. It's a gorgeous game.
I would totally love to try.
A lot of people really like this game, I think.
I think so.
Smooth.
It's
nice.
so smooth
It's
and
really-
quick.
Yeah.
The turns are not super long.
No, it is quick.
Um,
I played with Jonathan like 30 minutes.
yeah, and just quick, because Jonathan's a quick dude.
Jonathan plays very fast, and so I also play very fast. So we knocked out a game in 30 minutes. But
And that's how you do it.
yeah, that's
So,
great.
If this sounds like it is your jam, hey, guess what? We got a teach and playthrough for that as well. Check out the YouTube video for Intent to Kill from Hobby World, my number 3 game of the month in a very filled month. This game probably would have hit number 1 in any of the other months.
Yeah, this year. Yeah,
yes.
for sure.
My top 2, super good.
Yeah.
Your number 3
is The Gang.
Yeah.
I love it. I think it's so fun. And I tried playing it with 5
and
players.
You played it with 5.
It was awesome.
And I
so hard, but it was awesome. Well, 3 people didn't really know Texas Hold'em at all. And one guy's they're dealing like a pro. I'm like, putting one card here, flipping one up, putting one card.
One.
Yeah.
Burn one, turn one.
He's like doing all the math in his head. I'm like, wow, it's really nice to play with someone who really knows what they're doing. I'm like, I'm not that anywhere like that, but he's like, there was one point in the round where we had a helping card because we kept losing. You get helping cards as you lose, so that's nice. It was everybody could say the value of their hand, and so
Like
that's
if you have an 8 and a 7, so you say you got a 15.
15. Yeah, so
Is it an 8-7? Is it a king 5? You don't know.
everybody went around, and I say I have an 8, and immediately take the 5, and he's like, "Oh, she's got pocket fours." He knew exactly what I had, like because I was in. I'm like, I think I have the best hand. Unless somebody else has a better pair, which they didn't, because everybody was in like the teens or whatever. Nobody had like 20, or like if you had two tens or something. So it was obvious what I had, and I really like how they have those extra cards. If you are losing, you get a bonus, or if you're winning, you have to overcome a penalty of some sort. It's really fun, and it's even.
James and I have played a lot of Texas
Oh
Hold'em,
yeah, you guys have
so
for sure.
um, we didn't have to say too much. But
No.
it sounds like there was one pro at your table.
Oh, he was definitely a pro. And then the guy next to me is like, I don't know how to play. So he had the card that tells him the rankings, so that helped him a little bit. But some people are still shy even in this. But
Yes.
I think it does help open people up to like
A whole
understanding.
new world.
Yeah, no, but it went over very well, and I think a lot of people will look into playing that more. So
The game from Cosmos.
yeah, it's awesome. Check it.
My number 2 game is one that appeared on Steph's April 2024 list. I don't
Yes.
remember if it was your top or your second place,
Yeah.
but it was the game that was not Seven Wonders Duel, is what she said.
Name
And
it at the time.
it was under secrecy at the time. It's not under secrecy now. This game is not Seven Wonders, Lord of the Rings Duel for Middle Earth.
Yes.
Um, so yeah, this game is fantastic. But so if you enjoy Seven Wonders Duel, this is a no-brainer because it's got all of the Lord of the Rings characters in there, and all of that lore and mythology, and you've got the Nazgul running after the ring bearers, and as the ring bearers are the Fellowship's trying to take the ring and dump it into Mount Doom. So you've got that mechanic going on. Um, yeah, if and it's really the thing that sticks with me though is um, after we finish playing the game, if you want to check it out, we do have a teach and playthrough already, even though the game is not released.
Not yet.
I think we've got one of the few copies that exist.
Yeah.
Um, on the video is like people were saying, "Wow, y'all are like just you're not like cheering and going and and other people were saying things like, well, you don't normally do that when you're playing a lot of thinky games. You're right, trying to strategize your decisions, and they're like, oh, this must not be a great game because y'all weren't cheering in the middle of it. When do you cheer in a
Unless it's a party game, you're
two-player game?
typically not cheering in the middle of a game.
um and for some reason to that viewer it made it where he thought we were not enjoying the game. No, number two of the month where we played 70 games in
Yeah.
this month.
No.
And for you it was April, which was our other big month
Yeah.
of playing games, and where I think it was probably your number
One or two.
one or two
Yeah.
of that month. Yeah, make no mistake, it's a fantastic game.
Yeah, I like it more than Seven Wonders Duel. For me, it would
Oh, for
definitely.
sure.
It would fire Seven Wonders Duel. Just because they did improve mechanics. I love it's no longer a tug of war track. It's your chasing track, and you get bonuses along the way. So I think they did a really good job with that. And then there's also the like monument building things you can get, which I think it is part of a Seven Wonders Duel expansion, but can't remember off the top of my head. So,
That
um,
makes sense.
but I really, really like this game a lot. So
So be sure to check out the teach and play through for this, and be sure to check out news from repos for whenever this game hits the shelves.
My guess would be SN release and then by Christmas was my guess.
Let's hope so, because this game, fantastic.
Yeah.
So, your number 2 game
Hey, guess what? Intent to Kill.
That's right.
Hobby World. So good.
Sorry to spoiler.
So good. Yeah, you spoil all of mine today.
Well, it's because they come down farther on my list because I played more games.
I guess. This game is awesome. It's totally up my alley. I love trying to figure out what he's trying to tell me. Why would he lie? Why wouldn't he lie? Who his person might be. I just got unlucky a couple times to have himself and his person of interest in the same square. I'm like, so he's lying with both of them, and I'm like, how was I ever gonna know that?
Somebody might say it was planned that way.
No.
Yes, it was, because I did it. I did it.
No, was it?
And Spletty says, and Steph gets very slowly better at the game.
I'm gonna get it.
Gee, she's going to get me for sure.
I'm gonna get him. It's happening.
Dalek says she's never played Texas Hold'em. All right, now's your chance. You could play the game.
Yeah.
Hey Matthew. Yeah, it's fantastic. I've not played as the investigator yet. Dying to play.
It's great. Dying to play.
No.
That's right. No, it's a game a lot of people should play. I definitely quite enjoy this one. So
I agree.
Check it out.
Intent to Kill from Hobby World. My number 1.
Hey, is also my number 1.
That's right.
Amazing.
And we have played 26 games of this.
Yeah.
Anybody got any guesses?
Probably not.
Of your head?
It's not officially released yet.
We have. Oh, yes. Not. Then this is the weird thing. It's not officially released. So there's a mission we could not do because it's not officially released yet.
All right.
We had questions, and there's nothing on the forums. This game is
Bomb Busters
from Pegasus Spiel.
Yes.
66 scenarios of awesomeness, which are currently 60 scenarios of awesomeness because they're finishing up 6 missions to make it perfect.
It's great. It's from designer Hisashi, whom I love.
Yes.
He's a great designer. Yokohama was probably his most notable game. But yeah, he did this cooperative, scenario-based deduction campaign because you're opening boxes as you go. It's just, I love it. Don't cut the red wire, guys.
Don't cut the red wire. Until there's no more wires left, and then you can cut the red wire.
Yes.
So basically, you've got tiles. Generally, blue wires from values 1 through 12. You might have a yellow wire in there. You might have a red wire in there. Don't cut the red wire. I'm telling you. When it's my turn, I might say, James, that tile right there, is that a 4? If it is, oh, hey, I've also got a 4. Yeah, that's 2 of the 4. Number 4 is that we have to cut because there are 4 numbers of each of those values that we have to cut on everyone's tile racks. And we can do this with the help of equipment cards, which we can unlock as we go. Super fun. I can't say enough about it because I don't know. I don't think that that I can describe the level of fun. Go watch the video. It's so super fun. We did play it 3 players on video.
We did. We played with Amy, who was instantly convinced that she loved it too. So
it's so good.
And if you have a good group, like if you have a group of 4 that would normally play like the crew or something, this is you're gonna love it. You're gonna love it.
A good once you've played the crew, I mean, you can always play it again, and we have gone back and played through both versions of the crew again. But this is a worthy crew replacement Bomb Buster. I wouldn't say it fires a crew because they're different games.
No, yeah.
But this is a worthy crew replacement. If you're looking for that big campaign game to fill that void in your group, this is it. In a game where there were 70 worthy contenders, this one hit the top.
It's worthy.
That's right.
Probably the best 2024 game this year. It's really, really good.
Wow.
It's really good, guys. I can't.
We're coming near the end of 2024 and you're getting spoilers right at the top. Bomb Busters.
If it's not going to be at the top of the end of the year, it's going to be real close.
That's going to be real close to the top, to the very tippy top. Bomb Busters from Pegasus Spiel.
Play it. Love it.
All right, let's do a rundown
Okay.
of our top 10. My number 10, Pagan Fate of Roanoke from Wormgold and Capstone. Holotype, number 9, Holotype Mesozoic North America from Brexworks. Number 8, Kyoto no Neko from Matago. Number 7, Seers Catalog from Belratti Games. Number 6, Middle Ages from Studio H. Number 5, Belratti from Cosmos. Number 4, The Gang, also from Cosmos. Number 3, Intent to Kill from Hobby World. Number 2, Lord of the Rings Duel from Middle Earth from Repos. Number 1, Bomb Busters from Pegasus Spiel.
My number 10, Big 2 from Plate. Number 9, Sears Catalog from Bezier. Number 8, Babylon from Geek Attitude Games. Number 7, Spectacular from Chili Fox Games. Number 6, Middle Ages from Studio H. Number 5, Sparks from Alien. Number 4, Looot from Gigameek. Number 3, The Gang from Cosmos. Number 2, Intent to Kill from Hobby World. And number 1, Listeners for Pegasus Spiel.
Ooh.
Excellent. So that was our top 10 of August 2024.
That's right.
Great list.
So, we've got an extra live stream coming up next week with lots of
cool giveaways.
So, for those of you who don't normally watch our stream, or maybe you're watching this stream months from now, hey, come back and join us in September. We're probably going to be running our extra live stream every year around this time. But if you catch this in the next few days or so, be sure to check out our extra live stream September 7th and 8th, starting around noon Central and going to about 10 p.m. Central both days. We have lots of giveaways that we are going to give away for free, and then we'll also have a lot of incentive-based prizes for those who have donated to our friends at Vanderbilt Children's Hospital.
I'll put the link below in the video on YouTube. So if you want to donate, if you can't make the stream, or if you've missed the stream already because it's past, you can still donate. And that's always helpful for kids.
That's right. So be sure to help out the kids with Extra Life. Extra Life is an organization that that raises money for children's hospitals. They focus primarily on the video gaming and board gaming communities. So be sure to check them out. And if you want to check out more videos from us, hey, you probably already know that you can check out all of our videos on YouTube at Board Gamer Steph. But even better, you can join us live on twitch.tv/BoardGamerSteph every Wednesday and Sunday night at 5 p.m. Central, where we stream live 3 games or more every single stream. So come join us on Twitch, where we play all the games.
And for those on Twitch, we'll be right back.